Hi everyone, it's Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. I decided to throw my city in there because a lot of people ask me, so I thought, well, maybe I should start saying that. I am here today to create again with a gorgeous set, the Happiness Abounds, and I know I just did another set with it, and I just love it, another card. The ones that are up there. And I had a lot of fun with it, so I wanted to do another one. This is a card I've done a long time ago, and I just wanted to kind of do it again because I thought it was fun. It reminded me of Mother's Day, so I thought it would be a fun card to make for Mother's Day. Oh, good, Debbie. Well, hopefully, I know you can't make it, but hopefully you're doing better. Hi, Becky. I have information for you, so I will message you after this. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Leslie. Dawn. Dar. Hello, everybody. Hi, Carol. Dana. So today I've been working like a crazy person on bingo. And I think I have maybe 5 or 6 sets left. I put a number on it today because I've been working on the bingo, and because the little cards are so crazy not complicated, but a lot of pieces. So I had to start or they would not get to you next week. So I started, I made an abundance of extra, and they have been going. So if you want to do bingo, here's a little bit of information. It's going to be on the 19th at 5 o'clock. I do $100 prizes. I give 4 of them out. We do 4 bingos. And so if you want to join, I would love it. You just need to go to my blog, which I forgot to put up here. Let me see if I can do that really quick. It's my, I told you guys I had to restart my, my Windows again. It was just, it's been crazy, let me tell you. Okay, let's see if it, well, here we go. We're just going to move it over to up here. Oh, let's move it back over here. I don't have a background on it. Let's see if we can throw a background on it so it's not so crazy. Now this takes a minute. Okay, let's do a pretty color. Okay, so anyway, so there is my blog, and I will fix that later, but at least it's there for you. So if you go to my blog, go under shop, and then when you go to bingo, classes, paper shares, you can click on there, and when you see the bingo, click on the text. Don't just add it to the cart. Click on the text, and it will open up, and you will have your registration form and your payment there. It's all in one page. Love the painted shelves. Oh, thank you. Good stuff. Hi, Katie. Yeah, bingo's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, Mary. Hi, Linda. Hi, Gloria. So, did I miss anybody there? Felicia. Hi, Felicia. So, yes, we painted our cabinets. We haven't painted these yet. I'm going to, but we got our last cabinet. So we're finally done with our cabinets. Everything's put together. Everything is not put in. Those cabinets are empty. The cabinets over here are empty. So I'm going to work really hard this week and after bingo. Once bingo's done, I'm going to get everything in there, and then I'm hoping to do a tour video soon. So hang in there, and we'll get it going soon as I can get everything put away, because it's a little crazy right now. And there's a few little decorating things that I have that aren't here yet. So once they get here too, that'll something I want to share too. Okay, what else? So we have bingo, so don't forget that. Paper share. The more paper I play with, and I've played with a little bit of it, this paper is so pretty. So I hope you guys will take advantage. For $60, you get 169 6x6 pieces of paper. And I package them individually for each package of paper. So let's say this one. So let's say this is the Hues of Happiness. you will get a 6x6 pouch, and I will take a full pack and I will cut it into quarters for you. So you will get a full quarter of a package. If it's 6x6 package, you will get a quarter of them. So I sort out the sheets so you get one of each or two of each or whatever the number is. And so you get a quarter. If it is specialty paper, whatever comes in the package, it will be cut into quarters. Or if it's sheets, and there's so many, but I usually will cut it by quarters, and it just depends on what's in there, how many sheets it is, that kind of thing. So, and they make it perfectly like that. So if there's 4 sheets of paper, all different colors, then you'll get it in 4s. It just depends on what the paper is. If it's 2 sheets of paper, again, you'll get 2 sheets of, and it's a $5 package, let's say, specialty paper. We'll cut it in quarters. And so what is that? $125. So you pay a quarter of each package, but you're going to get a little bit of everything. So if you'd like to join, the same thing, go to my blog, go to shop, and it'll say bingo, classes, paper share. Click on that. Same thing. Click on the event. Don't just add it to your cart. And then that will open up and you can do your registration and pay there. The add to the cart, which is kind of how this blog works, is if you go to shop and go down to retired stamp sets, so anything I'm selling, and I'm selling them cheap, so go check, go on there and then click on it, and you could just add those to cart. If you're like, oh yeah, I want that, add it to cart. You don't have to open it up because it's really just giving you the title again. And it says the price and everything right there. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, thank you, Marcia. It's getting there. My husband's like, do you have anything for me to do tonight, or can I go golfing? And I'm like, go golf. I'm doing a video. Oh, Patty, I'm glad you got it. Thank you. So today's card is going to be a lot of fun. It's a card, like I said, I did it a long time ago, and it reminded me when I was thinking Mother's Day, I was thinking this is really a fun card, and this is what we're going to be making, and it's so pretty in person, and these iridescent gems are, I love them, absolutely love them. It's just enough. I think if we added the darker ones, it would just be a little too much, but the iridescent ones I love. So let's get busy and I'll share that with you. Okay, so we have this card, and what it is you pull this out, and it is your note. So you can put this back in, and what we're going to do is we're going to trim this down some, because this one is like, you have to get it in there just right to, you want your flowers to be up there, and you want, your sentiment, everything here. I think this would be really pretty to change it to a Mother's Day card. You could also add a little pocket back here if you wanted, and put a little, a gift card, or, whatever, if it's a birthday or something else that you want to do it for. But see how it's just a little temperamental. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. So we'll work on that today. It's fine to get it in there, but I don't want my recipient to have to go through that, right? So let's get busy. Again, we're going to use the Happiness Abounds. I'm laughing today. I was working on bingo so much. I had some old friends stop by, and let me pull this out just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we did that, and I just had a lot going on. Right, like 2 minutes before the video started, my doorbell rang, and it was my Stampin' Up order. So that was like, okay, let me rush to do that. Okay, so you're going to start out with your regular size card base, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this. So let me get my trimmer in here. So because we cut it this way, this is going to be 5.5. Make sure you're grabbing your, I went to go change my blade and I didn't grab it. So let me grab my blade. That might come in handy. What happened is I got up to get it and the doorbell rang. And that's when I've been doing so much with bingo, I decided to change my blade. It was needing it. And then the doorbell rang and I ran out there and then I said, oh, look, I better double check everything. So, okay, so that's done. So we're just gonna fold that. And now I'm gonna just double check what size I cut off. So let's take this out because, you know, I forgot. Okay, so 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna cut off like 1 3/8. So let's do that. All of a sudden, I've been doing so many measurements today. I'm just like, whew, 1 3/8. There we go. All right, so there's our 1 3/8. So there's the front of our card. All right, so there's that. Now, where's my bone folder? When you get the little edges right here, and if they're just a little bit rough, I just go like that, and now you can't even tell that, you know, which edge. I just kind of smooth them out, and it turns out great. So let me move that out of the way. Now let's work with this. So what I did is I took my flowers and the images that I used were this one. So it's got the little ombre with the different rainbow type colors, and when you turn it over, this is what you get. So this is what I used right here. And then if I change the colors of the flowers to the other pinks and yellows, I would use this side over here. Then you're going to have, like this to here, you're going to have some yellows and greens in here too. So you're still going to have this piece that you can use for something else. So that's what I did, is I cut that down. And I'll give you the measurements. In the background here is Pool Party. And that is 4 by 3 7/8. And then the DSP, I'm just going to double check. It is 4 by 3 and, yeah, 3 3/4. So they just layer up like that, and they're going to go on here, except I'm going to pop them up. So we can go ahead and let's glue these together. It's going to be kind of a fast card. The other day I showed you how I did my flowers, and I did them with basic white and adhesive. I like to make them a little thicker, more of an ephemera type feel to them. Ooh, that's crooked. Hold on. Okay, so it's okay there. I'm going to lift this side up a bit. There we go. Much better. So I like to have them a little more like a thick ephemera feeling, and it's white on the background instead of whatever the reverse side of the flowers are. It just gives them a little more stability, I think. Hi, Regina. How are you? Thanks, Debbie. So now this is going to be our front. So what I did is I chose the ribbon, and I went with our Orchid Oasis, which is what this paper is. Orchid Oasis. I wanted it lighter. You're going to notice on this one I did take Starry Sky because I was just kind of trying to tie the colors in. And then I decided, you know what, I kind of liked having this all the same color, like it was a matching set. So you don't really have to switch up your colors. I've got this here with, this is the Oasis because it's a little more purple. If you look at the other one, the Starry Sky, it's a little more of a blue. And then somebody was asking me and mentioned that they thought the colors looked a lot alike. Let me just show you this. So this is the new in colors. So Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party. I'm still learning them. Tahitian Tide and Oasis Orchid. Is that it? Orchid Oasis. So these are the new in colors. So you can tell here stamped, look how different they look. Okay, so this one has a more of a blue to me look. This one has more of a purple. But this one also can look purple. So it just depends on what you're using it for. So let's take this. We're going to set this one over here. And let's do our ribbon. So how I do it again is I'm going to do a little bow. And I'm doing 3 because it is a small. And then I grab it like this, okay? Just so I can do my measurement. So I put my hands about where the bow's going to go. And I'm going to go around 2 times and then come up and then down from the bow. So I'm going to go to about right here. And this is kind of how I try to measure so I don't waste too much. All right, so what I'm going to do is on here, I added the dimensionals first, and then I added the bow in between some dimensionals. And I kind of think I want to move it up a little bit just to see what it looks like before I decide where I want it to go. So I'm going to do that. So here's, and 3, I'm going to go around. And again, I have a bow video, so you can just search bows and you'll find my video on how I do bows. And then you're just going to cross it over. Debbie says she's watched the video multiple times and finally has it. Hi Terry, how are you? Thanks Debbie for sharing. All right, so now here's our bow. And we're gonna just take our loops. I just like to kind of loosen them up a little bit. All right, so there's our bow. This is really slippery, so make sure you hold the inside when you're kind of fanning it out, because it is a really nice bow and it will kind of slide around a little bit. Okay, so here's my thought, and we'll look at it in a minute. I'm going to go above my bow. So above, and then I go above again. Oops, maybe I made this one too short. You know what? I left this one pretty long, so it might be too short. And that's okay. I'll just go around one time. It's not a big deal. And then just to kind of get an idea, and once I put that on there, I'll have a better idea with my label and everything. But if this is going to go like this, but I kind of want my sentiment up here, so maybe I will go back down a little bit. So we'll test that in a minute, but now that's done and ready to go on. And now let's start working on this. So what we're going to do is take our white. You're going to notice that I did this a little thinner. Okay, so this one, and it fits, but you got to wiggle it in a little bit. This one is 3 3/4, so the back panel is 3 3/4. This one, I decided to make it 3 1/2. Okay, so it's 3 1/2, and it is 3 3/8. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this on. And so yesterday when I was putting this together, I did some more flowers. So we'll bring those in and I'll show you what they look like once you do all your paper and everything. It's so nice because now I have some for several cards. So I took a sheet, and this is what I have. So I have all these to choose from. These were the leftovers of what I had. So I think I'm gonna, let's see. I definitely want a purple, and I think I want a bigger pink. Okay, so maybe we'll do that one, and then maybe we'll take this, but I think there's a light one in here. Let's see. Maybe there's not. You know, some papers come with a few more of different different colors. That's fine. Let's go with this one. Okay, so we'll put that up here. We'll just swipe those out a little bit. All right, and then the depth is the same. So I want my flowers to kind of go inside. And what I did is, let's set this aside a second. Let's bring this in. We're gonna put just a bead of glue on this side. So when you close it, you know that it's going to be fine. Whereas if you try to figure out here, you might go too far. So we're gonna come over here. Let's get our little bit of glue. And you don't need that much. I'm using glue because I want it to definitely stick. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of glue towards the edge. And a little secret is let it dry for just a minute. And it won't dry, it'll just get a little less liquidy if you just let it sit for a minute. And then we're going to close it. And why I'm doing that is because I don't want it to squish out the side. So if we leave it for just a minute and kind of figure out, let it sit so it doesn't squish out the sides. Oh, I really like this color though. Okay, now I'm rethinking. I'm thinking let's do, no. All right, let's do a purple and a pink. Yeah, let's go with these. Just because the top of our color is blue, but we could turn it up and put that as a blue. So it's just kind of, and maybe I will because my other one's purple. So let's go this way on the front of our card. Okay, I think this, see how it's kind of dissolving a little bit? I think I put like a little too minimal amount. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit more. Okay, and I think it's okay. We're going to close that and just let it sit. Now you don't have to squish it because it's still going to be drying a little bit. Once it dries a tad more, then you can go ahead and kind of make sure it's sealed a little bit better. So we're just going to set that aside for right now. All right, we're going to bring this back. And we are going to put the purple on top. So let's go ahead and put this. Let's get rid of that one. And let's go with, let's see what little flowers we have and what colors we want. It just depends on whatever was on this piece of paper because you just kind of cut it along the lines. All right, so I like that. And then maybe we'll do this. Yeah, I like the lighter look. We're going with the darker color, even though we've got the pool party, the darker background has a lot of a purple to it. We could, you could tie in some blue, but I like the lightness of these, so we're going to go with that. And then now let's bring in some leaves. And now you got to kind of choose which colors you want. There are some that are a little bit darker. So like, see how this much darker that one is than that one. So it gives you like a little variety. This one's kind of a combination, which I like. Okay, same with these. This one, the little one you have to cut out. So the bigger ones, these have dies, but the little one you have to cut out. So I'm going to go with this one because it's a combination. And I think I just need a little one. Let me see if I have one. That one's kind of dark. I could use it, but let's see what else. This one's a little more combination, so let's go with that. So I just do 3 leaves, and I do one of each because they all look a little bit different type of flowers. So let's start with this one. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to take this, and we're just going to kind of push that down. And now this, hopefully, will just go straight down. See how much easier it was? Because it's just a little bit thinner. And you don't have to push it all the way in, but I like to push it in to the bottom. So just in case your recipient pushes it all the way in, and then you can kind of figure out where your flowers are going to go. Because remember, this is going to go in an envelope. So we want to make sure that you're going to have enough space up there. So we're going to bring in our dimensionals. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this right about here because I want a leaf out there. And this is going to be thinner than my other one, so I've got to kind of finagle that also. So we're going to put dimensionals here and here, so up here at the top. So, and I'm going to put one right here. Okay, so let's put that on. And I'm going to go towards the top. So I have it towards the top. Just make sure you have that this is not sticking on the back. So you make sure that that's got that space. And we're going to put this one up here. And we may have to kind of adjust a little bit because of this smaller piece. It's not as wide. So this one, let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to have to layer this on top and out here. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just go for it. We're going to put this one towards the bottom just because there's going to be some sticking out across the top. But I kind of want to put my finger back there so I know exactly where it's at. All right, so now that is still in. It's barely over right there, but I think it's going to fit an envelope fine still because, you know, we still have that little bit of space. But this one, we're going to have to put kind of on top. So I think what we're going to do is put a dimensional, because I still want to pop it up. We're going to put a dimensional right here. And just pop that up right there. Okay, so your flower goes right in. Okay, and again, you can push it down farther, it'll go. All right, now let's fill in this space. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my dimensional and I'm going to put it right on this corner, right underneath here. But I want to make sure it's on the paper. And we're going to take that off, hold the flower up, and then just slide that in. So what happened, I dropped it. Slide this in. Just want to make sure that it's going to be within your square. Okay. And let's put this one right about there. I think I'm going to pull a small dimensional for that. And we'll just slide that in. Right about there. Okay. And then this one, another little dimensional right here. Look. Oh, I need one. And then just kind of pop that out. So wherever you think your flowers, you know, where they can go, and just kind of put them on there. So now this should slide right out. So here's your card. How pretty that is. And then just slide that back in. So now let's finish the front. Okay. Well, I'm thinking this one needs to go down just a tad. So I'm going to Is it this one? Oh, the leaves are on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to twist it down a little bit because the leaves are attached to it. There we go. Better. Okay, now let's bring this back in. So this is going to go on the front. And even though you have purple and purple, I like that better, I think, than if you did this. I think just because this is so big, I think I like it that way. So let's do this way. I'm going to clean this block, and I was going to show, somebody asked me how I clean my block, so let me show you. I'm going to get my silicone mat out. I have this little bottle of alcohol, and it's really good to use with your reinkers, and I mean, not your reinkers, your, well, you could do it with reinkers, I guess. I don't know. I use it with my blends. If I want to put my blends down on a surface and then add a little bit of more alcohol, make it go a little farther or whatever. But I'm just going to spray a little on my block. Take a tissue or a cotton ball or whatever you have, and they just come out so clean. Alcohol dries super fast, so turning it over and using your Kleenex again is not going to work because it just absorbs and dries. But see, I had ink on there, and so I just want to make sure. It's nice and dry. And now, I don't know if you can see how clean it is. So now it's super clean. And so that is how I do it. I put them in a dishwasher too, so that works. You can definitely do that. All right, so now, and on the back of my stamps, if you think that they're a little dirt feeling or whatever, I just take a baby wipe and I just kind of wipe off the back. And that cleans it up pretty good for me. So let's put that on there. All right, so now we're going to use some white paper. We're going to use our double oval. And I have, here we go. So our scratch piece of paper that we had, oh, I forgot I had a white. Our scratch piece of paper that we have, I think might do our oval, which it does. So let's get our oval ready for our sentiment. And then let's stamp this. We're going to do that in Memento. Okay, so there we go. And now we're going to take this again and see how it doesn't fit. Just take and cut off. This was a scrap piece from something, so just cut it off. You don't want to cut it too close because you want your shape to be able to go all the way around it. So just align that. So there is our sentiment. What a fun and different card, huh? I was trying to find my old one that I had because I thought, well, with all this moving, maybe I'll come across it, but I didn't. My friend that was here today, that we talked about it because we were like, remember that card? And she's like, I think I still have it. All right, so there we go. Now this is going to go on here. Let's get our ribbon on. And I think I did make this other side too long. So, but we're just going to go with it and figure it out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a glue dot. And I'm going to put it just up a little more than what the other one was. This one was down towards the center. I'm just going to go a little higher, like right here. So we're going to put our bow and go around. I go across the top of the bow and then back around. And this other side is going to have a short tail because I cut it too short, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is go under everything to the right side of the glue dot that's already on there. And I'm going to pull it out right into the glue dot that's already there. And then what I like to do is I take another glue dot. Oh, these are on the side. Tricking me. And then what I do is I hold this over and I pull my bow over. And then I tuck this really close in to where that piece came in, just to keep it secure. So now this little piece is not going to go anywhere. And because that one's so short, I'll just cut that one up a little bit. And there we go. So there, and you can, let's open this up a little bit. So you can see that it's doubled up. I don't know. It's really delicate ribbon, I have to say. It will fray, it will stretch, which is great if that's what you want. I just wanted to open this up a little bit, just so you can see that there's two. Now we're going to take our sentiment. Oh, thank you, Terry. And what I did here is, because I had to, this one I left them together. So I put little dimensionals on each side. So I had little ones on each side. This one, because I have this open and it goes pretty flat, I'm just going to take two and I'm going to stick them one on each end. That should be fine. Oh, don't put it upside down, because that's not a good idea. All right, so I'm just going to put it kind of right in the middle here. All right, so there's that. We're going to put dimensionals on the back. I need to grab some more dimensionals because mine are almost gone. Where are they? Well, we're just going to use this. All right, so we have some dimensionals here. And then of course I like to, oh, here's another one. So I'm going to put one in the middle. And then we have these. These will work perfect. We have a beautiful corner right there, right there, right there. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's take our inside out. And we're just going to put it right. Hopefully my head's not in the way. That's too far over. It's going to have just a little border. Okay, so there we go. And we're going to add this inside. The other thing I want to do, now these flowers don't have it, but I showed you last time, save your little pieces. I'm going to pull them out here. So I saved my little pieces in just one of our envelope pouches. And I've got some cut already, so let's just pull these out and make a mess. Why not? All right, so we have, let's see. We have some pink. There's the darker blue, which that would be pretty, since I don't have that flower in there. We could add that. Let's see what else we have cut already, because I do have some cut. Here we go. So this would be pretty. Let's see. Let's put this right around the edge. What do you guys think? Let's see. I want to see if we have a bigger flower. Oh, we have the lighter, bigger one. So what this is these flowers are in the background of these flowers. And so I kept them. I kind of like, I don't want to, let's see. I think I like this one the best. It tends to fit a little better. Okay, let's go with that one. I like that one. So you can just go through and pick out what you want. How do you keep bows happy while in the mail? Mine go flat. Is there some way to protect them? You know, Debbie, I don't know. I make sure they're fluffy when I put them in. I don't know how they're received. I think everybody just fluffs them up when they get their card. I mean, that's what I assume happens, because that's what I do, is I just fluff up the bows, being that I'm not putting it back into an envelope, you know. So that would be my only thought. And it depends on the ribbon. Like this one will stay flat, and like if I got it, I would just kind of separate the bows out like that, you know, so you can see all the, you know, pretty different layers of it, and leave it, you know, leave it like that. Of course, right now this one's wonky there. And I would just leave it like that. But I'm not sure. All right, so I'm going to put it on this way. So I'm going to put it on the bottom portion of this flower. Just add a little bit of glue. I just add it on there. Just something a little extra. See, and now look at all these flowers that I still have. And this is only like a part of a, like, you know, little part of the paper. So that's that. And then now we're going to put some sentiments on. As soon, here they are. Thank you, Trina. I got your message. Oops, I forgot. I opened them already. These are open. So I'm going to just pull out these little ones. And this little flower is a little too small, but I think this one is cute to add a little flower, a little stone. And then I don't really like putting them on the flowers, but I do like adding this cute little corner up here. So I'm going to put 3 right there. And I did move my bow up so it looks a little bit different. And then this is 4 stones, so I just put another one right here. I mean, if you wanted to, you could add some stones up here or on your flowers. But for me, my thought was, this is going to be, you know, put in and pulled out a bit. So I decided not to do that. But I did put a lot up there by the flowers because I just thought that was so pretty. So there you go. Now another thing you could do is, before you add these flowers on, you could have done some Wink of Stella and just did it on the flowers. So if you wanted to do that, let's do it on this one. Now let's say you already did this, so I'm going to move everything out of the way. And let's say, oh look, oh no I didn't, I switched them up. Take your Wink of Stella, your mat. Okay, so it's covering this corner and it's covering this corner, but not that. You could just take a little piece of scratch paper or whatever you want and just slide it right there. Okay, so now everything is covered. You have no, you know what I'm going to do? I have another one too, a mat. So you could pick up your piece here and just put it here, and then that way it's right there. So let's take this, and I always use my thing here. I always try to squeeze a little into the brush if you haven't been using it much. Okay, so there's my little puddle. I tend to go right above when I do it because look how it's splattering down. If I did it down here, it would be all over here. So, and I kind of want some bigger drops if I can, but I'm not going to squeeze anything. If I don't get bigger drops, I'm okay with that. I mean, you could really let some out here and then get bigger drops, but I'm good with this. Want some on the little leaves. Okay, and you could dot it if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. All right, so make sure you wipe this off because it's going to have Wink Stella everywhere. All right, so here you go. Take that away. Look, no Wink Stella anywhere else. We'll just wipe this really quick because, you know, it'll get all over everything. And I'll be like, where did this come from? Okay, we'll wipe those up in a minute, but that's a good start. And now we can put this back in our card. And now you have some really pretty sparkles at the top. Okay, so we have, let's see if you can see them. Really pretty sparkles on the top part, but nowhere else. So just all over the flowers. Thank you, Sherry. Hi, Denise. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so welcome. I appreciate it. So there you go. There's one, and then here's the other one. So they're a little bit different. Now I want a Wink Stella of this one because in person it's so pretty. All right, so this goes here. And you'll see again, I did the purple with the blue on top, and then I switched it. I moved this up a tiny bit, not a whole lot. I kind of like it because it's all focused together. I think this one had a little bit too much space in my opinion, but it's still so pretty. So it just kind of depends on what you like. This paper was a little smaller, so it's way easier to move in and out. This one definitely goes in, but I didn't want my recipient to struggle with it. So I decided on this one to just make it a little bit smaller. And like I said, I think adding a Mother's Day sentiment, this would be so pretty. You know, it could if you put it on a little stand, but yeah, that's the one thing. I mean, you could add yourself a little stand in the back, but they don't always stand up that great. But this is kind of where, like, you know, when you buy your paper and it has the cardboard in the back, I mean, you could attach this on here and, you know, crease this and add a little piece of the cardboard, just a little bit to make it a stand, and, you know, enough. And so that the back part could stand. But yeah, that is the one thing, is it won't stand up. But unless you lean it against something. But there you go. That is our card for today, and I still have all of these to do something, but I promise that on Sunday I will not be using this set again because I've used it twice, but I just had to use it again because I really like it. You could make it like an easel card. Oh yeah, you could totally do the back side. You're right. You could totally do the back and use it as, you know, make an easel card, or make it a card that you open up with a pocket on the front. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. So you could definitely incorporate a couple different styles and make it so it will sit up. Thank you, Felicia. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Steph. Yeah, they always look better in person. You're right. Anything, I've seen people do it and I see it in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, it just doesn't do it justice, you know, on TV. But anyway, I hope you guys liked it. So there you go. I'm going to put a plug in for Sherry really quick on her blog. She has these beautiful DSP swatch books. So let me show you. So they're swatch books, that she made, and she only has a few. And they've got all your pattern papers in here. So look at that. You can go through and see all the papers. The colors are on the back. You've got the number on the back so you know what you want. And these are from the mini catalog, so they're good through June. But you can look through, see what papers you have, see what you need, what you want. And if you're looking for anything, especially at the back, if you're doing something other than the stamp set, it's nice to look on the back of them and figure out, okay, what do I want? So this is really, really adorable that Sherry's made. Sherry's my upline, so she sent this to me. So that was very sweet, and thank you very much, Miss Sherry. Thanks, everybody. One last thing, if you guys have signed up for bingo, what I want you to do is please make sure that you've paid and you filled out your registration. I'm going to be sending out an email. A lot of people have paid, but they're new, and I get it. You guys don't, it's kind of hard, and the blog's a little confusing on how to do it, but go back to where you went to pay. Go back, instead of adding it to cart, click on the event. It will open up and there's a registration form. Fill that out because that's how I get your numbers. Okay, so make sure you do that, and I will be emailing those that didn't fill out the registration form because I need your numbers. And I will see you guys on Sunday with another fun new stamp set. I'm having a toss-up between two that I'm thinking about. So message me, leave me a message below after this video, because this goes away for a little while, the chat, and then it comes back. But after my video is over, if you can come back, leave a message on what new stamp set you would like me to use for Sunday. I know it's Easter and you guys are probably busy. We celebrated with our family last weekend, and so I will be doing a video on Sunday. And so Sunday night, after all the busy day, you can come back and relax and watch it. But leave a comment below. You don't know, there might be a prize on Sunday. So leave a comment, let me know of the items that we were able to get on pre-order. So even if you are not a demonstrator and you don't have your catalog yet, just leave a comment on if you've seen it or heard of something, let me know, and I will, if I have it, I will see what I can do and choose something between those that you list. All right, again, don't forget, paper share is $60 for approximately 169 sheets of paper. And I will order that on the 3rd, so you have until the 2nd to pay for that. Probably 6 p.m. Pacific time, so I can get my list together, and I will order it, because I order it late on the 2nd if it's available. So it ships the next day. I do overnight. I'll get them, sort them all out, get them cut and ready, and get them out to you. Brushstroke paper. Okay, Mary, when this is over, leave a comment below, please, because that's where I'm going to check out that comment. Brushstroke paper. Thank you, Deborah. Happy Easter to everybody. Again, if you can't make it on Sunday Live, don't worry about it. Come back and make sure you say hi. All right, I will see you on Sunday, and then it'll be something new and exciting. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.